Welcome to Killer Score, our 50th episode spectacular.
Woo!
What's up, bitches? All right, we're here. Killer Score, the cult classic podcast that covers, cult classic films and their scores, and we talk all about them, gab about them, probably. I'm going to go off on a million tangents like usual, and I'm going to get a comment about, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? But, I'm used to it at this point.
I love you.
I'm always, I make those comments.
Oh, and we're tag teaming for this episode.
Yeah, we got Russell with us again today.
Hello. I'm the ghost of Christmas 50th episode.
He's the ghost of Christmas past from the future.
Yeah.
So,
He's the ghost of future past.
Some of you might remember him from our episode on Phantom a while ago. We thought we'd bring him back because for our 50th, we're doing something really interesting. We're re-recording a missing episode.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so for those of you who have been here for a while, and by a while I mean more than 2 years, we back in late 2020, was it?
Yeah.
Late 2020, we recorded an episode that didn't make it on the podcast. For technical difficulties, basically there was a problem with the microphone, it wasn't picking it up, whatever. So, we brought another uninitiated person, say hi to Russell, to re-record our missing episode with an uninitiated person. Hi, Russell.
So, Russell, can you tell the audience a bit about yourself and your experience, or in this case, lack of experience with this movie, what you know about it?
Well, I am in fact a sweet transvestite.
Oh, okay.
No. I feel like it's physically impossible to not know things by osmosis about this movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Being a theater person, I know enough about it. I know a decent amount of the songs. I know the plot, but I've never actually physically sat down and watched all of it, so...
Don't worry, we're not going to do the thing we do for the virgins, as the Rocky Horror fans like to call them.
I'm not putting a red lipstick and running virgin on your forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I very appreciate that.
It's a thing that they do at screenings.
It's a thing they do at screenings. If you haven't been to a screening before, they write red lipstick on your forehead to be for virgin.
The true beauty of this, too, is it's been so long since I recorded this with them that my memories of this are kind of vague. So it's like a 1.5 uninitiated.
I remember a couple of things you said in the original podcast, recording something along the lines of what is wrong with you two.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which sounds about right.
I mean, to be fair, that was the early mantra of me. With
How are you two still saying? That was the first episode?
Yeah.
How are you two still here and after Wet Hot American Summer?
Yeah.
He likes weird things, and we love him for it.
Well, let's not go that far.
You. And we just got demonetized.
Yeah, do you have anything you want to advertise, push, plug of your own?
Not really. I'm sort of in the middle of stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
So my D&D live stream went on hiatus because my brother had the audacity to have a child.
Oh.
So nothing's going on with that.
Bring the baby to the game.
Yeah.
Just bring him in. Have him roll
just
dice.
bring the niece to the game.
Baby cam.
Yeah.
Baby.
Probably get us more views.
Probably would. I don't know if it's the attention you guys want, because you probably
Roll
got
the
mommy
dice, baby.
bloggers.
Yeah.
Just pick up the baby. Roll the dice.
Yeah. That was the sounds of a baby provided by Richie. For those of you at home who don't know what a baby sounds like.
You encounter a gargantuan creature. Place baby.
Yeah.
The baby's just its
baby
own,
sits on the table.
its own fucking.
Whether or not she can sit upright yet.
Yeah.
You put her head on the table and it's a beholder.
Yeah. Roll for childhood trauma.
Anyway.
Okay, so,
Do you think adventurers would be more or less likely to kill beholders if they looked like giant baby heads with all the tentacles?
have you seen the end of Nier?
I was gonna say more. Definitely would want to kill them more.
Yeah, if I saw that thing floating around with the baby head with the tentacles, I'd be like, kill it! Kill it!
Yeah.
Get an axe!
That sounds like absolute nightmare fuel.
Well, we're already off on a tangent that has nothing to do with Rocky Horror.
Anyway.
We're talking about D&D
New
monsters
world
and a
record.
baby.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Do the late night double feature picture show. Yeah. And that's what we got demonetized. Sorry, copyright
Pitch shift
strike.
it. Just pitch shift it.
Yeah, pitch shift it, Richie. Have your fun. Anyway, so we are doing Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, there we
there we
go.
go.
Now we can see it.
That's the film.
Yes, I have a Blu-ray. I actually got this Blu-ray from Daulton as was it a Christmas present or birthday present?
Well,
or
Dalton
something?
stole it, so.
I mean, I could have stolen it, but
It
I
was from
definitely bought
FYE,
it. Yeah.
so you might have
there was a
stolen it.
possibility I could have stolen.
But yeah, it was a 40th anniversary edition. So it came with this and a set of fishnets and latex gloves that I had to unfortunately throw away because high latex allergy.
Yep.
I would have worn the fishnets for the show.
That would have shaved my legs, and I don't feel like doing that right
I
now.
wouldn't have shaved my legs, but I would have worn the fishnets.
I mean, I don't think Tim Curry shaved his
Would that
legs
have
at
gotten
all.
you more or less viewers?
Yes.
Just put my legs up on the table.
Go get strung out. Yeah.
So, for the uninitiated, for the very few among you, who aren't familiar with Rocky Horror Picture Show, the Rocky Horror Picture Show started out as a stage musical written and created by Richard O'Brien.
A very confusing man.
Yeah, I literally put my notes. Brainchild, the most confusing person on the planet, Richard O'Brien.
And it was just called the Rocky Horror Show first.
It was just called the Rocky Horror Show. It wasn't called Picture Show until it got adapted to film.
Yeah.
So Richard O'Brien was an unemployed actor at the time he was writing the Rocky Horror Show.
Are there any other kinds of actors?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Massively successful or unemployed.
That's successful or unemployed. You know, you're not wrong.
That even goes for the biggest actors. John Travolta is the sliding scale of massively successful and
unemployed.
He's
We
currently
were literally talking about John Travolta before we started.
He is a coin flip of an actor.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he'll either hit you with like something like Blowback, or you'll get something like White Man's Burden.
I'm gonna say one thing, and
Sure.
then we're not gonna think about it. And we're gonna move on.
All right, let's
no.
go.
John Travolta as Frankenfurter. Moving on.
I kind of love that. to be
Picture
honest.
that in your mind, and then go blind.
So,
Does he have
Imagine him
the
in
does he have the
Oh,
bowl cut
God.
from that one movie where he
no, imagine him in Battlefield Earth and fishnets.
What, in the Fanatic?
Yeah, does he have the fanatic bowl haircut?
Yep.
Yes.
He has whatever, to your mind, he has whatever you want him to have.
I imagine him
Hey,
in Battlefield
hey,
Earth
Benji,
and
Benji, if you're watching this, go ahead and Photoshop me John Travolta in the fishnets with the Fanatic bowl cut.
He's requesting this, I would like to point out.
We will commission art.
We do.
We do commission art. Well, I
we'll
mean,
commission art,
look at the banner that you can't see behind us. Moving
I
on.
swear it's there.
You swear it's there. You can kind of see a corner of it.
There's not a man with a gun off screen pointing it at us, making us re-record.
I'll take a picture of it. I'll put it in the overlay.
Don't do it right now. Wait for later.
Okay.
Nah, do it right now. It's
Do it right now.
already-
We're kind of here.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Yeah, he's doing it.
My thumb in-
Nice try.
We're gonna take a picture of the banner with today's newspaper.
Nice try, bitch.
Fucking martyr basement. Moving on. So Richard O'Brien was an unemployed actor, and he wrote it to pass the time one winter when he wasn't working. Basically, he was inspired by his favorite film genres from his childhood: science fiction, B horror movies. I mean, come on, science fiction double feature. As well as the recent glam rock movement, which he felt that he identified with.
Describe this glam rock movement to me. I'm not familiar.
David Bowie being androgynous. Moving on.
I see.
I'm pretty sure D. Snyder directly says that like they designed the look for Twisted Sister based on
I could see
Tim
that.
Curry in this movie.
So he was also inspired by Steve Reeves' muscle flicks and 50s rock and roll music.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not familiar with Steve Reeves, he did a bunch of Hercules movies. Well, not a bunch. He did a couple of them, but that's what he's most well known for, is making Hercules movies back in like the 50s.
Oh, that explains a certain character.
Was that the guy who married
Hercules.
Jane Mansfield?
I think so. Was it? I don't know. I have to look it up.
Well,
didn't
I
go
think
that
he
deep
at least
into it.
hooked up with Jane Mansfield, because didn't he do those Tarzan movies?
Maybe.
We could say that he hooked up with James.
I don't know,
Mansfield.
just-
They're probably all dead, so it's not live
doesn't-
anymore.
Yeah, but Jane
Mansfield.
Mansfield's daughter is alive.
Yeah,
so-
she-
That's
so,
Mariska
yeah.
Hargitay. And she will arrest you for being a creep. She's on Law and Order SVU.
She'll show up with Ice-T to do it, too.
That means you're gay. That's my favorite movie in TV history.
I have relations with women and sex it with men. Newsflash for you, buddy.
That means you're gay. Moving on.
What is SVU?
I don't know, but I watched way
What
too much of it.
indeed?
I don't know. I watched way too much of it because it was on daytime television.
I'm convinced Ice-T doesn't have a script.
I'm convinced because literally, like in the John Mulaney bit, he was talking about.
He
like,
asks about everything.
he asked, like, "You mean these people touch kids?" Yes, you work for a special victims unit.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
Rocky Horror Picture.
Okay,
John
out
Mulaney
my
is
ear.
Franken-
That's actually really funny in my head. So, as we said, it's a tribute and parody of Hammer Horror MB movie Schlock.
He's still
It's the
wearing the
exact
fancy
words.
suit, but he's got the stockings.
He's got fishnets over the suit.
Original show. Sorry, let me backpedal a bit.
Don't get strung out.
Why did I write these not in order? Anyway, this is gonna be all over the place. So the original show cast members included Richard O'Brien, Patricia Quinn, Meatloaf, and Nell Campbell. They played their respective roles from the show to the film, with the exception of Patricia Quinn, who actually had a different role.
Oh, really?
She played I can't think of the name. Did I write it down? Of
She
course
didn't
not.
play Magenta?
No, she didn't play Magenta. She had like a small bit character,
Oh,
but
okay.
they liked her voice, so they went with her.
That's fair. She's got a great voice.
They went with when they were filming. They filmed at Oakley Court in the UK. If you're not familiar with Oakley Court, it was used as a set for a lot of Hammer Horror. And also, speaking of Hammer Horror, they reused a lot of props.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Revenge of Frankenstein. The dummy and the tank that were in the lab are
Oh.
from Revenge of Frankenstein. They just painted rainbow colors on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think Oakley Court was probably used for some Doctor Who as well.
I think it was. It looks very
Yeah.
familiar, even by nighttime.
Yeah.
Like it's shown in the film. So, the costume designer actually conducted no research in designing her costumes.
Really?
Yeah, she said she'd never seen a science fiction movie before.
Huh.
She was just kind of going by like word of mouth. It was like, this is what an alien
I'm
looks like.
sorry, that's insane to me. Imagine just like Richard O'Brien being like, okay, so these aliens, they wear the silver suits, and they got these hats. Yeah, got it. You know.
And she just did designs from that. Also, this movie came out in 1975.
Have you seen The Day the Earth Stood Still? I've heard of The Day the Earth Stood Still.
This movie, a lot of people, Sue Blaine, as well as some others, have stated that this film may have been an influence on punk rock fashion.
I can see that.
Yeah, with
Fishnets, leather,
Black.
Oh
colored
yeah,
hair.
especially when Frankenfurter starts wearing like the jackets and stuff.
Yeah, the leather
Like,
jackets
It
and
feels
stuff.
it feels very New York Dolls to me.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also heavy use of glitter, because why the hell not? Might as well get the herpes of craft supplies on you.
God, everyone who was shooting at Oakley Court afterwards must have hated the Rocky Horror people. Be like, God,
Yeah.
There's still glitter there to this day.
yeah.
There's probably still glitter there.
It's like
You
the
can't
great.
pick up all the glitter.
It's like the Great Molasses Flood, but with glitter.
Yeah.
It's the great glitter flood of Richard O'Brien.
The Great Glitter Flood of 70, whatever they shot it in.
77?
5.
Well, they filmed it in 74, came out in 75.
So 73. The Great Glitter Flood of 73.
Yes. So this has if you're not aware, which I don't know how, Richard O'Brien. Rocky Horror has a very long and storied history. Starting out. Yeah, I know, right?
This video's gonna be 6 hours long. Buckle up.
Welcome,
This is actually a video essay.
Welcome to Killer Score's first video essay.
So,
The Gay Panic in Rocky Horror.
kinda.
Yeah. I was like, what sounds like a plausible video essay title
Yeah.
for Rocky Horror?
So this movie is like the definition of the cult film, because it did terribly financially, received extremely negative reviews. No critic really liked this movie, let's be honest. But it found a new home in midnight movies,
Yeah,
which became popular on college campuses.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, you have to be a bit of an insane person to like this movie. And I say this as someone who likes this movie.
Yeah, my dad showed this movie to me when I was like 12. And I think it was like, I know you're gay, here you go.
Yeah. I hear this is the gays have to watch. Here you go, daughter.
Here you go, Aaron.
He knew it was up.
He knew it was up. Anyway.
I think this is that gay agenda they're talking about. Here you go.
So it's like
My dad did not give a shit about anything I watched. He literally showed me Robin Hood Men in Tights when I was like 6. I did not understand a lot of the jokes in there. But I was like, hey, look, Robin Hood. And I was like, what? Why is there a lock on her panties? Moving on. So this movie had a budget of $1.6 million.
Huh.
That's like nothing.
Which
That's
a lot of
nothing.
that budget actually went to the costume department.
I can. Well, yeah, there's a lot of costumes
Because
in this movie.
Not only that, but also they had to make duplicates of costumes for certain scenes.
Right.
For
yeah.
example, when they're when they're in the swimming pool,
They had to make 2 outfits.
they had to make 2
yeah.
outfits for each actor. Because one would be drawing while the other one was being worn while filming.
Yeah.
So they were like with hair dryers and stuff off screen. Just doing this with a bunch of corsets and hair dryers.
That's a good new lie. If you look old enough, you can be like, "Hey, I was the hairdresser guy in Rocky Horror."
Actually, there's a credit for that. Sorry.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Foiled by IMDb again.
Pierre LaRoche. Speaking of Pierre LaRoche, he was the makeup designer for David Bowie and Mick Jagger.
Oh.
So he's kind of responsible for
Nice.
Aladdin Sane.
Nice little.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice little aesthetic overlap there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back when it was a stage show, all the actors did their own makeup.
Yeah.
As you mentioned when we filmed this last time. Well, not filmed. Or tried to record it last time.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Emphasis on the word tried.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
This was 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah, about 3.5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I won.
Back in my day.
A 3.
So,
We had a COVID-19.
yeah.
Back in my day, we only got COVID-18.
Well, not making that joke.
These
Sorry.
newfangled numbers are adding
These
on.
newfangled pandemics.
So basically,
Damn kids and their music. Sorry, continue.
I remember Spanish flu.
okay. I remember polio. That was some trauma when I was a kid. My grandma told me everything about polio. Anyway,
Jesus.
Let me tell you about polio.
literally,
Your grandmother sounded like that.
she did not sound like that. But
Erin, you gotta learn.
You gotta learn. She's ashing her cigarette into the soft spot in your head. Let me tell you about polio.
I'm so sorry.
I like how y'all are just carrying the shtick on, and I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm just here to look pretty, I guess.
Well, there's one thing that Daulton and I specialize in, and that's bits on bits on bits.
That's gonna be the name of the restaurant we open up.
Bits on bits.
We just throw much
And
shit
you
on
have
your
grits.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Daulton and I's friend could be described as a hat on a hat.
I have a story about that, but I'm not going to go into too many stories.
Muttley over here.
Mutt and Jeff. Anyway.
Sweet Bro and Hall, Jeff.
No. So the reason this got popular in the midnight movie circuit was because Fox actually promoted it that way after it failed at the box office.
Huh.
Gotta recoup somehow.
It was the Morbius of its day.
Because they looked at how certain movies that did terribly, like Phantom of the Paradise and Pink Flamingos,
Yeah.
like they did terribly at the box office, but they did great on midnight screenings in college campuses.
Hey, another callback. Go watch our Phantom of the Paradise episode.
Yeah, go watch it.
Episode 3, I think.
I wasn't there for that one.
Nah, he wasn't.
Wait. 4. Was it 4?
I can't remember.
No, 3 was rock and roll, so I think that was 4.
Yeah.
No, 2 was rock and roll.
Semantics. Moving on.
Yeah, let's go.
I say it was 5.
12. No.
Let's call the whole thing.
Oh fucking hell.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
But yeah, they actually sometimes did this as a double feature with Phantom of the Paradise or Pink Flamingos.
One of those is a good double feature.
Yeah, I don't understand what Pink Flamingos was fit as a double feature for a midnight screening with Pink Flamingos and Rocky Horror, except that they're both very gay.
All right, folks, you just watched Divine Eat Shit. Time for Tim Curry.
So, the opening number, science fiction double feature. Well, it was supposed to show clips of the films mentioned in the song.
Yeah, good luck.
They couldn't get the
Exactly.
rights.
They couldn't afford it, actually. Yeah, they couldn't afford it. Because they said it's too expensive and too much work.
Someone on
basically-
YouTube has probably done it.
Oh, it's been done. I can guarantee you that.
That's
So
many
what
people
they...
have said about college. Too expensive and too much work.
Ain't that the
And
truth?
someone on YouTube has probably done this.
And I never took a philosophy class, but I watched Philosophy Tube.
There you go.
Anyway. So, back to Richard O'Brien. He said that, glam rock allowed him to be himself.
Okay.
And that was and glam rock was one of his major inspirations for Rocky Horror.
I can't see it. Get out. No, it's too big for an episode.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys are a pair of jackasses.
And I made a note in here saying this was a major precursor to the film's huge LGBTQ following.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
I would have never
guessed.
Gays would like a gay movie?
By the way, check
I
out
don't believe it.
Russell and I's new stand-up comedy act, A Pair of Jackasses.
Featuring bits on bits on bits.
Okay.
We will just ramble on stage for an hour.
You would literally be like Metal Edition shorts, but even more confused and less improv.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this was actually one of the first cult classic films, as we mentioned, and is now in the Library of Congress. I'm not even kidding. This movie actually has a place in the Library of Congress. And
it's easier to get into the Library of Congress than you think, though.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, nowadays it is. This was inducted in the 90s.
There was, no joke, there are multiple porn movies in the Library of Congress.
yeah.
It's like, it's culturally significant, this girl getting boned.
Yeah, is Debbie Does Dallas really culturally significant? Congress?
Is Bucked Rogers in there?
Buck Rogers.
Moving on. But yeah, this movie
Alabama Jones.
Moving on. This is literally probably one of
Kinky
the most
Boots, but not the one you're thinking of.
I was like, hey, that's a
the
good musical.
That's the subtitle.
Just different Kinky Boots.
Shut up.
Okay, so
This ain't Hedwig and the Angry Head.
Shut up, shutting up.
moving on. So they actually
Green Eggs and
changed.
Slam. Okay, I'm done.
Fuck both of you.
I do not like.
Fuck both of you. I'm just
I
trying
do
to say
not like
something.
balls. Balls.
Erin.
The working title of the musical was "They Come from Denton High,"
Okay.
which they had to change last minute before rehearsals because they thought Rocky Horror Picture Show just sounded better, or Rocky Horror Show just sounded better because it sounded more like an actual movie. And that movie was stage show. Then they came from Denton High.
Yeah.
It's because it just sounded better.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirters.
I don't like the sound of any of that.
This was episode 50.
This is gonna be a Patreon exclusive. Let's be honest.
Episode 50, the one where Erin contemplated and asked herself and our audience, how did I end up in the middle of this asshole sandwich?
That's another porno classic.
Harry Potter and the Half-Banged Prince.
Harry Potter and the
Oh my god.
You don't even have to change Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Or Goblet of Fire, am I right, fellas?
I can't even breathe.
Harry Potter and Goblin Fire.
This is getting so good. What the fuck? Okay, this is definitely gonna be a Patreon exclusive because we're definitely
Sheriff
getting kicked off
Azkaban.
YouTube.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was gonna say. Azkaban.
I got hit in the head. This is abuse.
Don't worry, I won't take it. Azkaban.
Move it on.
Oh, okay. Now
Moving
we're really
on.
done.
I know I'm gonna say something and someone else is gonna interject, so I don't even know I'm talking anymore.
No.
Yeah, sorry. I'll get one more out of my system. Harry Potter and the Order of the Penis. There we go.
We're adults.
Should
You're
not
not
have Googled
adults.
that. Should not have Googled that.
Uh,
Taste.
This movie has inspired countless films, including Fame, Perks of Being a Wallflower, and surprisingly enough, House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie is a big fan of Rocky Horror.
I can see that.
That tracks.
There's 2 sequels technically.
House of a Thousand Hookers.
It's just called The Very Active Brothel.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Moving on. So
Jane
there.
Austen's a very active bro.
What the fuck?
That just sounded like a Jane Austen title to me. Sorry.
A very active brothel. Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay. So there's.
Pride and Prejudice. I can't stop. It's like a disease.
I think we need to stop recording and just laugh for 5 minutes and hit record again.
Pride and Pudgy ass.
That doesn't even
what you'll
sound
have to do is
sexy.
Okay.
just cut this
Alright.
out of the episode and then put it at the
Okay,
end.
let's. Just
gonna-
put. Here's
I
what I'll
don't even know
do.
how long we've been recording. I can't even see that far.
25 minutes.
And 20 of that has been porn puns.
Daulton!
You said we were good to bring him.
Yeah. That's what you
I'm
get.
sick. I'm laughing too much.
Okay. Anyway.
Dead babies. Dead babies. Dead babies. Dead babies.
That baby I'm so afraid of fuck.
Okay.
That baby I'm so fuck.
What is wrong
Well,
with you?
Movie broker.
Anyway.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky
Spice!
So there is a sequel called Shock Treatment. Don't bother watching
Yeah,
it. It's
it's
that
really
bad.
bad.
It's
It's
really
really bad.
fucking
I
bad.
haven't even heard of it, so.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find. If you can't find it, just don't. Just don't find it.
Yeah,
Just
don't
don't go
look for it.
looking for it. It's really bad. Richard O'Brien has disavowed the movie.
Yeah, like there's that old Far Side comic where the gag with the radio store in hell, with the video store in hell, and it's all copies of Ishtar.
Huh.
In reality, that would just be all copies of Shock Treatment.
And the Star Wars Christmas special.
And
it's only the Wookiee bits.
Yeah.
and music.
No, just the Wookiee bits. Just the bits of the Wookiees talking with no subtitles.
Okay. So, and then there's also the Let's Do the Time Warp Again, which was just very, very bad.
Extended cut of the grandpa jacking up, Wookiee jacking up.
I said that was my terrible version of Let's Do the Time Warp Again. It was really Do the Monkey, but whatever.
I would say, you got 2 penises I didn't know about?
Yep. Is he skiing or in a gay porn?
Moving on. Okay.
He's in a game.
No, I think I went through all my notes throughout laughing my ass off because of you two.
Yeah, probably.
Besides the fact that I was like, of course, the cult following
Okay.
of blah 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 blah.
We can get into more after this. We should probably get into the
Let's just
recording.
get into the recording
so,
session.
Quick summary.
Russell, read the damn
well,
Blu-ray.
There's no back of it.
Yeah, there is.
It's just very clear.
Fasten your garter belt for the time-warping, gender-bending cult classic starring Tim Curry, Barry Bostwick, and Susan Sarandon. This picture-perfect Blu-ray TM specimen includes an abundance of extras to help you recreate the midnight movie experience at home. It was great when it all began, and 4 decades later, Rocky Horror is still guaranteed to thrill you, chill you, and fulfill you. Sinfully special features include... No.
Yeah,
Good read.
That didn't give any details.
No. Here, I'll do a quick summary. College kids, Brad and Janet, decide to elope, and as a celebration, they go out to tell their old professor, who is a close companion of theirs. But when their car breaks down in the middle of the night and they stumble upon a strange castle, what sort of strange night will they have, and what lurks within?
It's Tim Curry.
So it's Tim Curry and fishnets.
All right.
Okay, I think that's enough right now.
And we're back.
I was gonna say that.
Ha ha! Beat you to it.
I think I had a burp in my throat. Moving on. We just finished screening.
Off to a great start.
Fucking terrible already. Okay, we just finished screening Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I realized this camera's very much too high. Fuck.
Horton, here's a whore.
Or here's a whore.
We're
Alright.
seriously bringing that back?
I don't know, maybe. I haven't decided
For
yet.
the audience, we never left it. It's still on it.
We're back. With Horton Hears a Horror.
Happy 50th, everybody.
Hop
Happy-
on pop, as Russell said. You do not have to change that one.
Just hop on pop.
Hop on cock.
Or
Good.
pop on pop.
Okay, so...
This has got some weird daddy fetish shit.
Top
Anyway.
on pop.
Penis.
Piss!
So we are back from...
We're back from screening Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is one of my favorite movies that makes no goddamn sense. It's a very gay, horny MILF. I'm gonna say film, not MILF. Fuck.
You
Aaron,
got...
is there something you would like to tell us?
I didn't know.
Hey, I was staring at
We watched
Nell
the same
Campbell's
movie.
tits for 2 hours.
I didn't see a single MILF in there.
I was staring at Nell Campbell's nip slips for like
Fucking
an hour and a
Freudian
half.
slip over
So-
here.
She was thinking of Stacy's mom.
No, I was thinking about Nell Campbell. Let's be honest.
Stacy's mom is doing the time warp again.
Okay.
Adam Schlesinger.
Someone please take over. I don't know what I'm saying.
Sure.
All right. It was a fever
Hey,
dream.
this-
How do you like it?
It was the fever dream the first time I saw it back when we failed recording that episode, and it's still a fever dream. I'm not quite sure if I actually like the movie, but I do appreciate its vibes. I do.
Horny ass vibes.
It's got horny ass
Gay vibes.
devil may care vibes. Just do whatever the fuck you want vibes. That
It's basically the moral film.
yeah,
Don't
just
dream it, be it.
don't dream it, be it, and also don't even care about what it
You
is.
want to go and
Don't say that. We are going down to federal prison because of you.
I
Hey, it's a good prison.
I'll edit it. I'll
Please just mute out whatever he says
I'll-
there.
Allegedly.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, so we have the uninitiated on board. Hey Russ, what did you think?
Because that's a joke. You can just say, I want
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Roblox.
Russ.
Oh god, we're so good.
It was certainly a movie. I think going in, I will say that I liked Tim Curry, and I liked most of the things Tim Curry did in this movie. Everything else about this movie, not so much. But I will say, I think there's two things that are a roadblock for me for this movie. Is one, growing up like a theater person, there is a select group of like theater kids that love to just latch onto this movie and be super annoying about it.
Hi.
So like, I think it's the same thing.
And
I
they're
was-
usually the worst.
Yeah, I was saying it's like
Hi.
it's like the same kids that like got really into Rent for a generation, or
Hi.
kids that got really into Hamilton.
They're
like
there.
you just like it
Or
makes it
Spring
annoying.
Awakening.
Like even if it's something that's good, people who get too into it sort of ruin it. That, and I think also, as a straight man, I'm not queer enough for this movie.
That's
So like I can see why people like it, but not it's
You.
not super for me.
yeah, like there's too many half-naked men throughout the
I
course
don't
of the
mind that. It's just like
It's the only
the whole premise of the movie is like, let's take a bunch of people, put them in weird outfits, and they're gonna be queer. And I'm like, that's not a plot, and I'm not super big on most of the musical numbers either.
if you had to pick, like favorite song or number, what would it be?
Oh, I mean, easily, like, the song that was the song that I knew I liked going in beforehand, Sweet Transvestite, is still my favorite song. With then, I would say the only other song I even, like, kind of liked was Frankfurter's, like, last song.
Oh, don't dream of it.
But, like, Time Warp has been ruined by theater kids forever, because at every party, somebody puts it on and people are super annoying about it.
What'd you think about?
We literally put it on at the
What'd you-
handbasket.
what did you think about Eddie's song "Hot Patootie"?
I didn't mind that one. It was kind of difficult to understand what he was saying the whole time, but maybe because we didn't have subtitles on. But I was like, yeah, that one's good. But like
I don't think the subtitles have been able to keep up.
the problem I have with a lot of this movie is the musical numbers just come out of nowhere for no reason. Like, we did a musical number, then something happens, and then look, a wall opened up, and here's another musical number with Meatloaf, and I'm like, What does that have to do with anything?
He spent most of the screening.
I'll replicate what he looked like for
Yeah.
this movie.
With the stoniest face, most pensive face, as replicated by Daulton right there.
Yeah, I mean, I went into it with an open mind, knowing that it's not necessarily for me. But I'm not the type of person who's like, this is a bad movie and nobody should like it. Like, I get why people would like it. I also understand why I
It's just not for
don't.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. You see, that's a best kind of.
That on the podcast before.
Yeah, that's a nice opinion to have. I have a feeling it's kind of the same opinion Daulton had on, say, rock and roll way back in the day.
Yeah, like rock and roll was one of those things where like I could really appreciate it artistically. I liked what they were going for.
Execution.
But the execution just fell flat for me, and I
the
didn't like
fact
a lot
that-
of the characters.
Yeah, Omar sucks.
Yeah, the protagonist sucks.
And I will say the one thing, and you can disagree with me if you think I'm wrong, but I think, like, without Tim Curry, this movie is kind of nothing.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
every moment he is on screen, he is, like, captivating for every second.
Yeah.
And if he's not, and I'm like, let's skip to
Let's
the Tim.
move along.
Even if, like, stuff is going on and Tim Curry is just sitting in the scene,
Like,
I'm
sorta
looking
down
at
between
Tim
scenes,
Curry.
just kinda
I'm looking at Tim Curry, not anything else.
I mean,
Like we even pointed out that one scene where we're pretty sure he breaks something, and then
Yeah.
he just like plays it
Yeah.
off.
I would love to see, because I'm sure this is a type of movie where, like, everything has been documented, discussed. The one scene in which number was it? It's when they go back into the lab after everybody bangs,
Touch you, touch me.
and Frankenfurter like goes up to the wall of lab equipment, and you could hear something bang, and Tim Curry like looks down like, what the fuck was that? And then keeps going, and it felt not intentional.
I forget what that song is.
No, it's not touch me.
Yeah.
That's not a command. That's the name of the song.
I was about to say you stared very commandingly at me, and you're like, touch me, and I was just like, we're on camera.
this, unsurprising. Why am I surprised by the direction this episode took? Why?
Touch me.
I forget what that song is, though. I forget what that is.
Oh, what song is it? It was after
bring
touch
it
you,
up.
touch me.
Yeah.
Oh, was that You Better Wise Up, Janet Weiss?
Yeah.
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 That was it.
Yeah.
This movie also had some very,
Dubious consent.
very difficult 2024 consent ish problems going on.
Yeah. Looking at this 50 years later, it's like yeah.
I mean, I completely get that.
Yeah.
You also have to take into account that Dr. Frankenfurter is obviously the villain of this movie.
he is a villain.
Yeah,
He's
a bad
obviously
guy.
the villain. So it's not gonna be so you're not like rooting for the guy who's.
But they kind of frame it at the end like you should feel bad for him.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's not completely.
I think
thought
it
out.
suffers from the same thing of pop culture characters, where if you idolize them, you miss the point.
Yeah.
Like the Tony Sopranos, the Jokers,
The Rorschachs.
the Rorschach. Like, if you think they're cool and want to be them, you miss the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Rocky is like such a nothing part of
Oh,
the plot.
he's a prop.
Yeah, Rocky is eye candy. He's literally there for eye candy.
And I can't believe they gave him that haircut. If he's supposed, everybody's like, look at how attractive he is, and I'm like,
And he's got this
Give him a
fucking
Tab
mo
Hunter
and I'm
hair.
like, did you
haircut.
see the hair? Like, why?
He's got like he's splitting the difference between Kevin McAllister and Mo Howard from the Three Stooges.
Yes, because when I think sexy, I think Kevin McAllister and Mo Howard.
He's got the,
A
he's got the
10-year-old
fucking
and Mo Howard.
he's got the fucking
Coconut head.
the oh god he's got like the fancy night hair from like
A page boy
You know what
haircut.
he's got? This
Yeah.
is going to be a real deep reference.
okay.
The author Dean Koontz has the worst toupee in the world. It looks like him. If you don't know Dean Koontz, just Google Dean Koontz, and you'll see.
Or Google shitty Stephen King. He'll probably come
You'll
up.
see pictures, author photos of Dean Koontz before he started wearing the toupee, and then after he started wearing the toupee, and it's almost like a comically bad wig, and it looks like that.
It looks like
So pause this right now to Google Dean Koontz.
no. It looks like Frank's toupee on Always Sunny in
Oh,
Philadelphia.
you're right, it does. Yeah. No, you know what I was gonna say? If you want to make someone like That was bothering me. If you want to make like a hunky character look attractive,
Don't give them shitty
don't give
hair.
them shitty hair. Make their hair look like a little tousled.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot actually, and also you can go like I'm thinking about like these 1950s like actors that were like, oh my god, like Rock Hudson and Tab Hunter, who are also gay.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the only
if
two
they
kids
had-
I have are gay men.
If they had given Rocky the same hair that Meatloaf had, but blonde, it would have
Oh,
worked.
like
Yeah.
that semi-pompadour
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, it would have worked a lot better.
You know, as much as Tim Curry is like,
the James Dean haircut.
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So as much as Tim Curry is kind of like the linchpin on which this movie rests, there are things that I do like, little things. For one thing, Barry Bostwick's comedic timing, I'd say is on point.
He's
yeah.
very good.
And Susan Sarandon's facial acting and her singing is also great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you know, this
Awkwardly, one of my favorite songs in this movie is actually "Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me."
Yeah, I was telling the story about how I had my Spotify playlist on shuffle one morning, and I had to immediately skip once I heard the beginning of "Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me" because I was in my office, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I hear my manager walking. Click.
Like there's a bunch of fun little background characters, but I will agree, if you're going into this movie being like, oh boy, I wonder what the plot is, there isn't much of
There isn't
one.
really one.
Yeah,
There really isn't one.
As somebody who, like I said, like absorbed a lot of stuff from osmosis of just like the culture, I'm like, I feel like if you've got an idea of what this movie is, you're right.
probably right.
Probably right.
And honestly, I'll be 100% honest. If I was watching this movie by myself, I may have turned it off before we got done with the mouth in the beginning, because it was like 4.5 minutes of that, and I was like, all right. I either would have turned it off or at least fast forwarded through that.
Yeah, here's the thing about I made a joke when we were watching.
How
the
did
movie.
they even do science fiction double feature on stage?
Oh, they just had like someone off stage singing it, I think.
Oh well, the curtains
With like
are coming
Well,
down,
the curtains
so-
were coming down, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's something you can't really do for.
Yeah, you can't have giant
like-
lips on a
It's
screen.
like an overture, kind of.
It's basically an
yeah.
overture,
I'm
yeah.
sure there's been productions of it that do the lips, though.
It would probably
with
projector.
modern
Yeah.
effects,
With
probably.
a projector,
Yeah.
they would have to.
Funny enough, it's kind of close. That and the Meatloaf one are kind of my favorite numbers.
I do like science fiction double feature. I like a lot of the songs. in
Oh, I
this.
love a lot of
It might
music
be
in
something
this.
where if I just listened to like
The soundtrack.
the
soundtrack.
soundtrack aside from the movie, and I could like process the songs better, I might like them more. But like for the most part, I was very like, "This is a song," on most of them.
Yeah, well, you're also not much of like a rock guy too.
No, not super. No.
Yeah. Because this movie, as I mentioned, like one of the biggest inspirations musically was like 50s rock and roll music.
And a bit of the
Glam
glam
rock.
rock.
Yeah.
And glam
Yeah,
rock,
I'm more
of course.
50s rock and roll than glam
Glam
rock.
rock.
yeah.
And
So.
there's almost a Brian Setzery type of thing with like Time Warp, with like the pianos and.
Well, that's a
The-
number one thing that bothers me in any musical is musical numbers that are just there and not numbers that are furthering the plot or have anything to do with. And almost every musical number in this was just there. Like,
I don't know if I can fully agree.
I feel at least half of them were just like, and here's a musical number.
I mean, the time warp
agree with
is
that.
just kind of there.
Time Warp is just kind of there. I'll
It's
say
just
that.
kind of there.
Rose Tint My World's just kind of there.
I'm Going Home makes sense.
I'm Going Home's that is not just there. You Better Wise Up Janet Weiss is just kind of there though.
Yeah,
I
it's
will say
literally just
that.
like,
And
literally they're just chasing, like, Frankfurt's just chasing Janet.
It felt like the spacing out of songs was very, like, you'd have like 3 songs back to back, and like a
Yeah.
while where nothing. I'm like, maybe space the songs out a little
Like,
more.
I think that just might be the linchpin of your issue, right, Russ? Because it's like, even when the songs are plot relevant, they're kind of packed in like sardines.
Yeah.
It's not a sung through musical. Like, we're not talking Les Mis here.
But
it's close.
it's
but
close.
but in the dialogue to music ratio, it's close. It's close.
Yeah.
Real close.
It's kind of funny enough. It's kind of like a musical Russell actually likes. It kind of reminds me of watching Phantom, where there's very little dialogue.
Well, Phantom is all singing.
There's only like 5 lines of dialogue in the entire musical.
Yeah, there's
Wait,
very
really?
little dialogue. Oh yeah, there's.
But
very
that's
little.
mainly because it's supposed to be like an opera, and I don't have I don't have a problem with pretty much mostly sung through musicals. It's the fact that when it's not, it feels really jarring to be
Jarring.
like, here's 4 songs in a row, and then like 10 minutes where nothing happens, and then like 3 songs in a row.
Yeah, I think the whole genre thing might also be why I'm a bit softer on this, because
Yeah.
I happen to be a big rock guy. Like,
Yeah.
I love Bowie and Billy Idol and Queen.
This is very glamorous.
And it's
I would say this movie feels less like a movie and more like, what was the runtime? Like 100?
110 minutes.
Like 100.
Feels like a 110-minute MTV music video, as opposed to like a movie with a plot.
That's fair.
and I feel like there's a place for those, but I'd say that there are movies within that format that I kind of like a little better.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like I said, I still like this movie.
I love this movie.
It's not my favorite movie. In fact, when I first watched it, I had like the same experience Russell did, where like I didn't turn it off, but the first time I watched it by myself, I was like,
See, as I mentioned, the first time I watched this, I was like 12 years old. I was watching my dad. He showed me the unrated version.
Oh.
There's a lot of tits in there.
well, there was a lot of tits when we.
Yeah, I also think
No, I'm
that
saying there's
like
more tits in the unrated version.
maybe I missed the like,
Age gap.
like seeing it. Like I feel like
Seeing it in high school.
so yeah, if you see it when you're younger, it's more
Impactful.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when you're young, this is one of those movies that's kind of meant for young closeted queer kids.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'll say. I totally get Russell not vibing with it because this is a very,
Queer
very
musical.
queer
Very
movie.
queer movie.
Not, and of course, Russell, you get to do the. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I mean like that's the thing. It's like it's just not something that I relate to in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I have a lot of queer friends, but I'm myself am not queer, so like I don't have that connection that a lot of other people do,
Yeah.
and a lot of people in the theater world do that I don't have.
Be honest, Russell. When you found out that I was queer, was it like shocking in the slightest?
No.
That's fair.
This guy?
See, it's funny because like I don't like to use the term gaydar,
Yeah, yeah.
but even when I met you, I was like, there's no way this boy's 100% straight.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
No, for me, the gaydar just goes, hello, hello,
Oh.
hello.
Why? I like how it's Paul Lind, basically.
Space.
Russell's like, do you want me to say something about Paul Lind?
Yeah, there's dead
Like,
air.
I'm trying to figure out like okay, so I mean, if you want to get some more, I'm trying to get this away from my face. If you want to get some more info on like, I guess what this movie. Sorry,
It's killing me.
tickle my throat. It's killing me.
Asbestos.
Formaldehyde and asbestos. We're in a murder basement.
Extra asbestos.
Yeah, just a little extra.
Oh, one of the extra asbestos.
I say a little
There you
extra
go.
asbestos on your sandwich.
We did have McDonald's for lunch. So it's the same thing.
So,
Hey, you threw that asbestos out, right?
Yeah.
Threw it out? No, I put it in the burgers.
Yeah, it's in the deep fryer.
I love that way
Like
before.
four people going, oh.
It looks kind of like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to say is, I feel like if you want, some more information on, like, the queer legacy of Rocky Horror, go watch Matt Baum's video on it.
Yeah, Matt Baum's got a great video on it.
Yeah. I can go on length about it, but also, I'm not gonna do that because we only have so much camera's battery space.
Yep. This is filmed on the emergency camera due to.
Me fucking up.
This episode.
No, I was gonna say complications. I was gonna save your ass.
No, I fucked up. I left my camera back in, Jersey.
No, you
A little
fucked
bit.
up.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
This episode brought to you by $100 Walmart camera. That may or may not be returned immediately
Not
after filming.
not sponsored,
Not
by
sponsored.
the way.
We're not sponsored because we're gonna shit on Walmart.
Fuck you, Walmart.
Thank you and fuck you.
Eat a dick, Walmart.
Yeah.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
Walmart. They are literally the number one reason we have corporate welfare.
COVID. Oh.
That too. I was gonna make a statement about corporate welfare.
But
Attention, Kmart customers.
all seriousness, though, much of a mess as this was, we do it for you, and we do it because we love you.
50 episodes.
50 episodes.
I can't
We
believe
can't really
we did it.
I can't believe we did it, but also we can't really do a spoiler because there's not much plot in this movie.
I can't believe we've done this.
I can't believe we've done that.
That may be my favorite clip on the internet.
I literally, you told me about it. I woke up this morning. I looked up and I was like, this guy gets punched in the face and just sounds slightly disappointed.
Yeah, what kills me about that clip is the fact that the guy isn't like really angry about it. He's just irritated. It's like the tone you give your cat when they scratch up something, and you're just like,
It's like when you find your cat scratching up the carpet. It's like, I can't believe you've done this.
yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think this is a perfect movie, but
It's definitely not a perfect
I
movie.
enjoy it. I like the musical numbers.
Yeah.
The production design on this film is actually really good for the limited budget they had.
It's fun to look at the very
Oh,
least. I'll give it that.
absolutely. Like, I feel like this movie is like what the Addams Family house is actually looked like with color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
There's a lot of pink.
this film is kind of like eye candy. It really is.
Yeah, I can see that.
Eyes and
Who's
ears,
calling
depending
me?
on
Yeah.
what kind of musical sensibilities you got.
I don't have your number.
Wrestle message
even more
sure
impressive.
being like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Not only do I not
What
have
it-
her- not
oh
only-
my.
not only do I not have her
Help!
number, but I didn't take my
Hold
phone
on.
out of my pocket.
I fixed it. We're good.
Watch has got the Dick Tracy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it essentially
No,
is.
what I was gonna say is so two things I want to mention. One is
Dick Tracy?
one.
Piss off.
Warren Betty?
Piss off, Daulton.
No, what I was going to mention is one, if you want to know about the standing legacy of this movie, just literally ask any gay kid or theater kid or gay theater kid. There are many of us. Not specifically gay, but queer, whatever. It's an umbrella.
Well, queer is kind of a catch-all.
Queer is a catch-all. It's an umbrella term.
It's the
Yeah.
cone, as it were.
It's the umbrella term.
I think you made a rainbow with that.
Imagination.
For gay.
Hey, look, guys, we made another Cheeto.
We should have
Cheeto.
tried to make a rainbow with the wavelength.
Make a rainbow with a wavelength.
What kind of Cheetos are you eating, by the
Richie's
way?
eating
One of those
fucked up
fat
Cheetos.
ones.
Yeah. What number are we at? Is that 52?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I can't see that shit from here.
Okay,
Happier with your mouth open.
Yeah, cut that.
Please cut that shit out. Cut that shit out.
That.
Happy 50th, everybody.
Yeah, we really
We made it.
We appreciate it. We'll be back in a few weeks, so we got stuff going on. But
New schedule.
Got a wedding to go
Yeah.
to.
Etc.
I won't be here.
friend of the show, yeah, friend of the. He's vowed to never come on another episode after this.
Yeah, I'll
Actually,
be back. I'll find something to make you guys watch that you'll hate.
It-
Cook.
I didn't hate it.
No.
Episode 55, Russell's Revenge.
Yeah.
Episode 60, Russell's Revenge.
Russell will come in wearing a Darth Vader outfit.
It's gonna be a porno with a really kick-ass soundtrack.
I'm not touching that one, the 10-foot pole, because I do know several.
Yeah, Buck Rogers has a really good sound.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole again.
We're not going down the rabbit hole again. But yeah.
Let's not derail the outro like we
Let's
did
not derail the
intro.
outro.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say two things.
Sure.
One is you can tell a lot of love and enjoyment when making this movie. Like, although
From the production
From
house.
the
It's
production. Not the cast.
Yeah,
Because the cast was pretty freaking miserable making this
Yeah.
movie. A lot of them do not have good memories of it.
Yeah.
I can kind of get it because it's like you're literally a lot of these were like their first big movie roles.
Yeah.
And to this day, they're remembered as, "You're Dr. Frankenfurter."
I have it on good authority. If you go up to Tim Curry and start quoting Rakayari to him, he'll punch you in the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Somehow, actually.
Maybe not now, though.
Maybe not now.
No.
Well, no, he's in dick punching height now.
Yeah, he still is.
He's in the chair.
No,
He's got a little attachment.
Here's what'll happen. You mention Frankenfurter, he will will himself out of his chair and punch you.
No, he'll do like some Dr.
It's
Xavier
the power
shit,
of
Yeah,
Professor
punch-
Xavier
yeah,
shit.
he'll punch you in the
Just
dick with
float
his
out of the
mind.
chair to kick your ass.
I'll do the Professor Xavier thing of being like, horrors of war, and project it into your mind.
But what I was going to say is, you can tell that, you can obviously, just in the past, 45 years at this point?
50 now.
Really?
'Cause it's
75? Oh yeah, next year's
Yeah, my 50th
the
anniversary.
50th anniversary. Jeez, wow, we've been together that long.
We haven't been together for 50.
No, I mean, you bought this for me when we first started dating.
Yeah, like the 40th anniversary.
Space is warped and time is bendable.
What wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yes.
Moving on. We've actually been together for 100 years. Just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
You know,
They're both
we're time
vampires.
travelers. We're vampires. You know, shit happens. No, but
And I'm a poltergeist.
Oh, what does that make me?
An asshole. that was extra mean. I don't know. This is the first thing that came to mind.
That was good.
Fuck it.
Yeah. a butt fuck, as we were discussing earlier.
That was the most Tony Soprano shit ever.
Makes you an asshole.
Makes you an asshole.
the guy who's dressed like Tony
Yeah.
Soprano.
Would you say that Richie never had the makings of a varsity athlete?
He never did, yeah. Richie never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, all of our viewers, subscribers, supporters.
That was the second thing I was gonna get to. Was thank you everyone who's been sticking around since 2020, since Plague Year. We just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching and supporting our channel. If you want to further support us, we do have a Patreon, we do have a Ko-fi, link in the description.
Links in the doobly-doo.
As I wipe my nose. But
you can throw a brick through my window with a bundle of money in it.
Please do not throw a brick through my window. We live together. Just leave it on the porch in a basket or something.
Yeah, you could leave a discreet bundle of cash on my porch.
Yeah, just leave a bundle of cash in an Amazon box on my porch and be like, oh, cool, where'd this come from? I don't remember what it is. Holy shit, there's $5,000 in singles.
These are just bricks of cocaine.
Yeah, please don't do that. We literally are near a municipal building and police department.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that shit.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
It's not sponsored, by the way.
that was sponsor.
But yes, thank you for everyone who's been watching and supporting since day one. We love you and appreciate
Love
you.
you.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few weeks. I'll finish up Musical March with my episode Hamlet 2. That's going to be a fun one. So I'll catch you guys then.
And if you if you want to get into contact with me, I'm available for weddings and musicians. You just write a message and put it in an acorn, and then hand that to a mouse, and then get it to a bird, and then whisper your deepest, darkest secrets into it, and it'll get to me. No, but actually, I do have a thing to plug. I have an Instagram account called The Adventures of Tiny Spock.
Yes, it's
where
a lot of fun.
where I take pictures of a tiny Spock doing things. So you can find that at Adventures of a Tiny Spock if you want to actually look at a thing I do.
It's very cute and fun. I follow his Instagram.
And if you can, get him in contact with the Shatner.
Yeah.
The Shat.
I met him once, and by met him once, I mean I stood this far away from him with plexiglass between us while he looked at me. And that was probably the best experience he can have with William Shatner.
True. True.
Yeah,
Well,
Rip Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
His birthday's next week.
Is it this?
Be prepared for a Tiny Spock post about that. Yeah. It's in the works.
Is that how you do it?
What? I can't do it myself, so...
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But neither can William Shatner.
Neither can I.
And
Anyway.
also, Zachary Quinto couldn't do it either, and they had to glue his fingers together. Yeah, fun fact!
That sucks.
All right. Next
Live long
episode.
and prosper.
Yeah.
Next episode, Hamlet 2.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Green Eggs and Slam.
Green Eggs and Slam.